Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So if you do consider drop your likes, and if you do consider subscribe to the channel as always. So today on this video I'm going to update you on some current more transfer rumours and gossip. Haven't been doing quite a lot of videos in the last couple of days, just being busy and that of course as well. So more transfer rumours is currently updated in the media of course as well, and obviously we're already making plans for the summer of course as well, and obviously it is very very essential that Manchester United do make investment this summer, because we do know teams like Arsenal and Liverpool are already planning for the summer transfer window as well, and obviously we need to get the right players to come into Manchester United in the summer, and we want to be back, to being a competitive elite level football club as well. But obviously looking like that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to get the Manchester United job on a full-time basis, of course, as well. As obviously our discussions, of the summer transfer plans, has been discussions with the Manchester United board, what players, should come in and what players, should leave in the summer as well. And obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has already notified Ed Woodward that he wants to get rid of 3 players, as already discussed with you as well. I think Solskjaer is demanding that he wants around 4 signings this summer as well, as he has told the Manchester United board, of course, as well. But I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's priority is to recommend the right winner to come to Manchester United this summer. So I think that's Manchester United's priority. That's also Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's priority as well. And recent reports did say, even though we're tracking a host of defenders, of course, as well, reportedly, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say he wants to give our current defenders a second chance, to impress and prove themselves, of course, as well. So there's a few areas he's identified where he thinks Manchester United need to strengthen up. I think we need an attacking midfielder, so he's looking to have depth in that midfield. He's looking for the right winner as well, and we do need someone on that right hand side that's young and ambitious, of course, as well. Of course, we're getting around £200 million to spend this summer as well, but we've done very very well considering that we didn't invest back in January. Of course, we've had a lot of injuries as well, but we do expect players to leave this summer. Maybe more than 3 players could leave Manchester United this summer, of course, as well. But obviously we know if we want to get the top players, we're going to have to invest quite a bit of money out. But obviously Manchester United have got the financial power, to meet that valuation, of course, as well. As reports do say, obviously I think Manchester United now having cooled their interest in Mauricio Pochettino. After a long time, it has been Ed Woodward's number one as Pochettino, of course, as well. But I think now reportedly Manchester United are set. I think Solskjaer is set for permanent contract negotiations. So I think maybe in the next week or two, his agent, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's agent, is set to have negotiations with Ed Woodward, about getting Solskjaer a permanent contract at the club as well. So it's still looking likely he'll get the job on a full-time basis. Will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, despite the back-to-back defeats, we suffered before this international break, of course, as well. So things have updated in the current presses in relation to Adrian Rabiot, as they updated you, I think, before as well. So reports are now coming out saying that reportedly Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has reportedly notified Ed Woodward, and he's actually suggested out to Ed Woodward that reportedly he wants Adrian Rabiot this summer, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reportedly. And a few teams have expressed their interest in Adrian Rabiot. Only still, he's very very young indeed, and he's been at PSG the majority of his career, of course, as well. He broke into the senior squad in 2012, and he's gone on to win, I think, 16 major honours all in all, for PSG. I think Barcelona for a long time, have been long admirers of the player, and Barcelona, have been actually, the favourites to get Adrian Rabiot this summer. Obviously, he's going to leave on a free transfer, is Adrian Rabiot, I should presume, because obviously he's been withdrawn from the PSG squad. Obviously, he's refused to sign a new contract, so this is why basically PSG have withdrawn him from their squad as well. It's also said Liverpool have also been interested in Adrian Rabiot, of course, because obviously Liverpool are planning for investment this summer, even though they were the biggest spenders last summer, spent around £171 million, of course, as well. But obviously, they still want investment this summer. So reportedly they have showed an interest in Adrian Rabiot. Or Arsenal have also been interested in Adrian Rabiot as well, because obviously in relation to Arsenal, they were only restricted to loan signings back in January, and obviously there's key areas in Arsenal's squad, where they do need to strengthen up, of course, as well. But a few teams have expressed their interest in Adrian Rabiot, and reportedly Solskjaer wants Ed Woodward to get a deal over the line for Rabiot this summer as well. And obviously he'll become free. He should become free anyway, because obviously he comes to an end of his contract in the summer as well. There's Adrian Rabiot, so his name has been mentioned, of course, in the media as well. But for a long time, Barcelona have been the favourites to get him. Obviously now that Barcelona have got a host of midfielders, obviously they've got Frankie de Jong coming into their team in the new season as well. Obviously, they agreed a £65 million fee last summer with Ajax, of course, as well. So obviously, it is a year in advance, so he'll be officially playing for Barcelona in the new season, of course, as well with Frankie de Jong. So this might have cooled Barcelona's interest in Adrian Rabiot, of course, as well. But he's definitely on his way out of PSG, and obviously, PSG obviously planning, for the replacement, for Adrian Rabiot, of course, as well. And obviously, we saw Fellaini, leave back in the January transfer window. So I think Solskjaer is keen on bringing a midfielder in. Obviously, I think we need a centre defensive mid, to be quite honest with you. That's fast and tenacious, of course, as well. So reportedly, his name has been mentioned. Obviously, we know Manchester United also too have been tracking Bruno Fernandes, as we all know. That Sporting Lisbon youngster. I've been updating you on. I think he's 24 years of age. Is Bruno Fernandes. He did spend the majority of his career, in Italy. He's an ex, obviously, under knees. He's an ex Sampdoria player, and all that as well. And obviously now he's in Portugal, with Sporting Lisbon, and reportedly this season his performances this season have been impressive indeed. Bruno Fernandes's. Of course, reports were saying that reportedly he's got around a 90 million release clause, and reports have said reportedly that he's got a 90 million release clause. Reportedly, reports are coming out saying that we could get him in a cut price transfer this summer, as reportedly due to, I think, Sporting Lisbon's financial problems, or something like that as well. But he's still got a contract with Sporting Lisbon till 2023, of course, as well. As this player, but reportedly Manchester United have showed an interest. Sporting Lisbon paid about £8 million for him from Sampdoria, of course, as well. So he is still young. I think it would be ideal, for Manchester United, to get some young players, this summer, that could grow, develop, and mould under Solskjaer. Because obviously it does seem to be a lot of the experienced players that are causing us the problems, and obviously Manchester United are tracking, a lot of young players as well, and. Of course, we know reports have been coming out in relation to Koulibaly, as well as I've been giving you a big update on Koulibaly as well. Obviously, Manchester United have been long admirers of Koulibaly, as we all know. And we know we've been linked to him for the past couple of transfer windows, as we all know as well. We've been linked to him for the past couple of windows. And obviously, back in January, Manchester United, had 3 bids turned down for Koulibaly, of course, as well. Obviously, the recent one was £95 million, of course, as well. And even though recent reports did say Solskjaer wasn't interested in buying any defenders this summer, obviously, we've still got quite a few potential defenders on our radar, of course, as well. Obviously, looking likely, we need someone who's going to go alongside Lindelof, and obviously Koulibaly and Lindelof, would be a fantastic centre-back partnership, indeed. Recent reports do now say, those have updated you on that, reportedly Napoli, want around 130 million pounds of Koulibaly. So reportedly Manchester United have been informed that it's going to cost us around 130 million pounds to get Koulibaly this summer from Napoli. So I think the Napoli president and Napoli are willing to do business if we are willing to pay a world record fee, for Koulibaly, of course, as well. So it's going to take a bid in the excess of at least 130 million pounds to convince Napoli to sanction Koulibaly off this summer, as well. As I did say, that's staggering amounts of money, but as I did say, we have got the financial power, to meet his valuation, and he'll definitely address our defensive deficiencies, fantastically well as well. And obviously, if we get him in the process, he's going to be the most expensive defender in world football. Obviously, our most expensive player as well, as I currently said, and he would be fantastic alongside Lindelof. He's 27, he's still got a lot of years ahead of him, as Koulibaly, of course, as well. But financially, Napoli would make a huge profit, because Napoli only paid, £6 or £7 million for him from Genk, of course. He's been at Napoli a number of years now, of course, as well. He's still got a contract with Napoli till 2023, and he's grown, developed, and flourished, fantastically well as Koulibaly, as we all currently know. His performances under Maurizio Sarri were good. Nice performances under Ancelotti, are very, very good indeed as well, Koulibaly. But also other reports have said that Real Madrid have been interested in him. Barcelona have also been interested in him. It says Chelsea have kept an interest in Koulibaly as well. But I think, Manchester United are the ones that have been monitoring the situation longer as well. But it definitely addressed our defensive deficiencies fantastically well, because Lindelof's really improved this season. He's showing that determination. He can play out from the back, and gallop forward more, where Victor Lindelof, of course, as well. So this season's performances have been very, very good. And we do know mainly, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, obviously, he's been mainly going with Smalling and Lindelof as a centre-back partnership, because obviously since Smalling, as we covered from injury, of course, he's been going with Smalling and Lindelof. And to be fair, they have improved, and, they have been blending in fantastically well together, Chris Smalling and Victor Lindelof, to be quite honest. This is Chris Smalling's 9th season as a Manchester United player, so he has been a long servant here. He's won everything here domestically. He has made over 300 odd appearances, of course, as well. But I think us bringing a new centre-back in, obviously he's going to see probably Marcus Rojo leave Manchester United, and I think Solskjaer wants to get rid of Rojo in the summer, because, again, endured a difficult time as a Manchester United player, Marcus Rojo, as we all currently know, he struggled, for game time and all that, obviously, due to the string of injuries he's had as a Manchester United player, of course, as well. Obviously, Solskjaer did say he wants 3 players out this summer, and obviously, one of his name was mentioned in the phrase as well. So I think Rojo is out on his way out of Manchester United. In relation to Eric Bailly, he could be on his way out this summer as well, because Eric Bailly has been in and out of the team this season. Even though I do highly rate Eric Bailly, he's been here since 2016, since we got him from Villarreal, and he has got great potential as Eric Bailly. We did pay what £30 million, for Eric Bailly, and I do really really like him, but obviously he's been in and out. Sorry guys about that, it just went off. So yeah, we do need an experienced defender. We need a world-class centre-back, and we haven't had one since we had the likes of Vidic and Ferdinand and all that as well, and we need a good experienced one, and Koulibaly, would be absolutely fantastic indeed, but we do know it's going to cost us staggering amounts of money, because Napoli want £130 million for the player as well, even though recent reports did say, he was fully committed to Napoli, he was happy with Napoli, he was happy that I was attracting in. Sorry about that again. We know other defenders that Manchester United have been keeping tracks on them as well. Is Leicester City's Harry Maguire last week. That Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Harry Maguire. Sorry guys about that again going on. So we're gonna have to pay around £98 million, reportedly, to get Harry Maguire this summer. So that would be. Sorry guys about that again. My internet is going down. I really reportedly they've risen up their price tag reportedly as well. He is still under contract with Leicester till 2023, because obviously last season he signed a new 5-year deal with Leicester. I think quite a while back, was Harry that's capable of winning trophies and challenging for trophies. Also, if Man United were willing to pay £90 million this summer, of Harry Maguire, capable of obviously doubling Harry Maguire's wages as well. Yeah, sorry guys about that. It just keeps interfering all the time. But as I was saying, yeah, so in relation to Harry Maguire, if Man United are willing to pay £90 million in the summer, then we could potentially, land him as well. So I'm really sorry about this interference, to be quite honest with you. He has been at Leicester a couple of years now. Obviously, he's an ex, Sheffield United player where he actually began his career. He's obviously an ex Hull City player as well. So in the process, if we had to come to an agreement to get him in the summer, we'd have to pay around £90 million. Of course, as reportedly Manchester United have been told this by Leicester City as well, but he is English, and do you think he'd address our defensive deficiencies, fantastically well as well. And other defenders, that have been mentioned in the media as well as obviously, being Toby Alderweireld. He was a Manchester United target last summer. He did say Manchester United were the favourites, based on his refusal, to sign a new contract with Tottenham as well. And we do know that he's going to be available for a reasonable fee in the summer, is Alderweireld. So obviously, he is a cheap alternative, quite honest. I do have concerns. Sorry guys, again it just keeps hearing. But as I was saying, yeah, in relation to Toby Alderweireld, I wouldn't want him to come to Manchester United, because obviously he is age 30 now. He has lost that yard of pace, of course, as well. And I do have reservations about him, but he is well Premier League proven, as I was going to say, as well. Toby Alderweireld, but we do know he's going to be available for a reasonable fee this summer, of course, as well. So potentially Manchester United have been linked with him as well. Obviously, we were linked with him last summer, of course, as well. But I wouldn't want him at Manchester United, of course, even though he's Premier League proven, because I think he's lost that yard of pace. He is aging up now, and obviously, there's much better options than Alderweireld, of course, as well. And obviously, we know potentially, Manchester United's number one target for the summer. I think, obviously, Solskjaer's keen on bringing Jadon Sancho this summer to Manchester United, of course, as well. And obviously, Manchester United have been heavily linked with him. We know there's been a narrative going on about it for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I keep saying I apologise for the interference. It's me internet going down, but Manchester United have been linked to him for the past 3 or 4 weeks now, of course, at least, as I've been hearing, and he has attracted interest, from quite a few teams, as Jadon Sancho, as we all know, as well. Obviously, only broke into the England first team last year, and he's grown, developed, and flourished, at Borussia Dortmund, very well, indeed. He did say Manchester United, we believe that we can land him for around £80 million. He did say Dortmund are demanding around £100 million, obviously. So if we were to come to an agreement to get him in the summer, this would make him the most expensive English the most expensive English player ever, of course, as well. Obviously, would make him our most expensive signing, of course, as well. And he's only he's 19 years of age now. I think Jadon Sancho, he's just turned 19 years of age, of course, as well. He has still got a contract with Dortmund until 2022. Reports are coming out saying that Manchester United officials, have met, with Jadon Sancho's representatives over a 70 million summer transfer, of course, as well. But reports are coming out saying that I think he's interested in making him move to England, and he's interested in coming to Manchester United. Is Jadon Sancho, of course, as well. It's also said that PSG have also being interested in him as well. But obviously he's been at Borussia Dortmund a couple of years now as Jadon Sancho, as we all know. Borussia Dortmund paid £8 million him from Manchester City a couple of years back. He did serve a couple of years at Manchester City, did Jadon Sancho, of course, as well, but he never broke into the first team and he wasn't guaranteed to be a regular, and this is the main reason he left Manchester City. But he actually began his youth career with Watford as well, did Jadon Sancho. But Borussia Dortmund do know how much of a central player he is to their team, but Manchester United are keen on getting him, and obviously we do need someone on that right hand side, and that's Solskjaer's priority, to get someone on that right hand side. And I think Jadon Sancho is the solution to Manchester United's problems, of course, because he's a good attacker. He shows that ability to attack. He provides, he scores goals, he provides the width very, very well, as he has proven with Dortmund, since he broke into the first team, of course, as well. And as I did say, Dortmund have been known for doing business with their players, of course, as well. He did say City would benefit from it. City would receive around 15% of the transfer fee this summer, reportedly, as well, because obviously I think City have inserted like a buyback clause in his current contract term or something like that, as well. But Manchester United, have been heavily linked with Jadon Sancho. Reportedly, we could end up 100 million. We may get him for 80 million, we may get him for 70 million, of course, as well. But his name has been mentioned in the media as well. So Manchester United have been heavily linked with Jadon Sancho, of course, as well. And financially, Borussia Dortmund, would make a huge profit on the player. And he's a young player as well, and he's got a lot of years ahead of him, of course. And he's only young, and I think he complement our attacking line very, very well. And I think he'd be a great addition, to our team. So he's a player, I would like. Manchester United, of course, have been interested in as well. As he updated you, was it about 3 or 4 Griezmann report? I don't think it's a particular report. He wants to leave Athletic as well. Sorry about that again. Sorry guys about that again. He had the chance to join Barcelona last summer, but he decided to remain loyal to Atletico Madrid, and he ended up signing a new deal with Atletico Madrid last summer, and he's under contract with Atletico Madrid till 2023, of course, as well. Recent reports have said, Bayern Munich have showed an interest, PSG are also interested, but it did say Manchester United are the favourites, to sign Anton Griezmann, because I think he's increasingly now becoming frustrated with time in Spain. Obviously, he spent the entirety of his playing career in Spain as well as Anton Griezmann, but he's a player that obviously, he has ambitions, of obviously, elevating to that higher level, playing to the highest level, winning trophies, challenging for trophies. He hasn't really experienced this at Atletico Madrid. He has won the Europa League and Super Cup, with Atletico Madrid, as we all know, as well. But I think he wants to go to a club that's capable of challenging for trophies and winning trophies regularly, because obviously he's a prolific goal scorer, is Anton Griezmann, of course, as well. And obviously a couple of years back, Manchester United, were on the verge of getting Griezmann, but obviously, we failed in our pursuit of getting Griezmann, obviously, because obviously Atletico Madrid at that period of time, got a current transfer ban as well. Obviously, he knows Paul Pogba very, very well as well, because they are both French and they've got a good, friendship as well. Obviously Martial's French as well, and I think he'd be a great addition, if he was to come to Manchester United, of course, as well. I think this is what his 5th season, is it now? Of Atletico Madrid, Anton Griezmann's as well. Obviously, he has got a release clause of around £171 million. Reports are coming out saying that reportedly his release clause will reduce by about £70 million this summer. So reportedly his release clause will be £100 million this summer. So he's obviously more likely, to leave Atletico Madrid this summer as well. But reports were saying that Manchester United are the favourites, to reportedly sign him as well. But he has spent the entirety of his playing career in Spain as Griezmann as well. But great player indeed, as we all currently know. Obviously, as well, we know reports are still coming out in relation to Philippe Coutinho as well. Reports are still coming out about him. Manchester United are not keen on signing Philippe Coutinho, to quite honest with you, even though there was a narrative going on back in January, that Manchester United had held negotiations, of getting Philippe Coutinho, of course, as well. But I don't think Manchester United are keen on signing Coutinho, to quite honest with you, because obviously he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time in Spain, with Barcelona. He's been there just over a year. Barcelona paid, £142 million for him from Liverpool in January of last year. Obviously the 3rd most expensive player in world football, of course, as well. But he's failed to replicate the form, he did at Liverpool, because he had 5 great years there with Liverpool. But there has been talks saying that reportedly spoke to some Manchester United players regarding the move to Old Trafford, and he has reportedly said, he's interested in making a return back to the Premier League, because at Barcelona, he struggled. He's been very inconsistent. He struggled for regular game time, of course, as well, and just hasn't fitted under Barcelona's system. I still think he's got a long contract, with Barcelona as Coutinho as well. But a lot of, probably 80% of Manchester United fans, wouldn't want us to recommend recommend him, to come in as well. But he has been a potential Manchester United target, but he is not a priority for Manchester United, Philippe Coutinho as well. But he's been at Barcelona just over a year, and he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time indeed. And this is why there has been speculation of him leaving Barcelona, of course, as well. So that's the mainly, the transfer rumours to update you on. So as I did say, in relation to Adrian Rabiot, Manchester United, I've actually showed an interest in Adrian Rabiot, to be quite honest with you. He's only young as Adrian Rabiot. Reportedly, Solskjaer has said to Ed Woodward that reportedly he thought that Solskjaer, wants Adrian Rabiot, reportedly. Even though we do know that Barcelona have been long admirers of the player, and Barcelona have been the favourites, to get Adrian Rabiot. He spent the majority of his career at PSG, so do you think he'd be a great addition, if he was to come to Manchester United? He probably, obviously he needs to come to a team where he's obviously going to get, guaranteed regular first team football and all that as well. And obviously he's not signing a new contract with PSG, and initially he has been withdrawn from the PSG squad as well as Adrian Rabiot, of course, as well. So reportedly Solskjaer has reportedly said this to Ed Woodward as well. Give you the update on Harry Maguire, as well as I wanted to give you an update on Leicester now want around £90 million. Manchester United have been notified they want £90 million Harry Maguire. Don't think he's probably worth that, to be honest with you, but he's never had the experience of playing for the big club at all. His performances for Leicester have been good this season, and he has got a contract until 2023 with Leicester as well. But he's been at Leicester a couple of seasons now as Harry Maguire as well. But Manchester United have been linked to him, of course, as well. And as I did say to you guys, players are going to leave Manchester United in the summer. As I said Valencia's on his way out of Manchester United. He's been here, 10 years now, he's made over 300 appearances in all competitions, he's won everything here domestically as well. So Valencia's on his way out of Manchester United this summer as well. As I already said to you, Rojo's on his way out. Darmian could be on his way out Manchester United this summer as well, because Darmian's enjoyed a difficult time as a Manchester United player. As I did say, Sanchez looking likely he's on his way out as well, even though it's going to be hard to find a permanent buyer considering the substantial amount of wages he currently receives because he's on over £500,000 a week as well, as Alexis Sanchez, of course, as well. And when he has been given the opportunity, Sanchez has looked so restricted. He's obviously, he just looked as though he hasn't been getting that freedom around, Alexis Sanchez. And I think Solskjaer has lost faith and trustworthy in him, and he's been here just over a year. He's suffered a string of injuries. He's obviously out now with a knee injury, of course, as well. So Man United may consider loaning him out this summer, or unless Sanchez, he's willing to take a wage cut or something like that as well. But obviously he's 30 now. He's lost that yard of pace, and he hasn't lived up to expectation levels at Manchester United, of course, as well. So he's definitely on his way out of Manchester United, and Solskjaer wants Sanchez out of Manchester United this summer, of course, as well. And obviously, there's still some contract renewals to sort out as well. As I did say in relation to Marcus Rashford, obviously, last time I heard about it, Manchester United were in talks of getting Rashford a new 5-year deal at Manchester United as well. It did say if negotiations do continue to drag on, Manchester United will activate a 12-month extension. What? Who? Is she? Yeah. I don't know. But as I was saying, yes, so in relation to Rashford, yes, so reportedly Manchester United will trigger a 12-month extension if talks do continue to drag on. Reportedly, Man United have been in talks of getting him a new 5-year deal or something like that as well, but his current deal does end in 2020, but he does deserve a new contract, based on his fantastic performances, with Manchester United, of course. Well, still young, only 21 years of age, got a lot of years ahead of him, being a United player since the age of 7 as well, progressing up the ranks fantastically well, being in the senior squad with Manchester United, since 2016 as well. And he always said Rashford looks very, very effective, centrally indeed. Hasn't been playing to his potential best, since he's recovered from that ankle injury, as I said, because, usually he's like lightning, he's capable of getting them runs in behind as well. But hopefully, we can come to an agreement of getting him a new contract as well. Obviously, as I've been updating you in relation to Ander Herrera as well, hopefully in the process, Manchester United, can come to an agreement of getting Ander Herrera a new contract at Manchester United as well. And we have been in negotiations of getting Ander Herrera, of course, a new contract at Manchester United, because he does deserve it, based on his fantastic performances as well. And obviously, he's been here, his 5th season at Manchester United or something like that, Ander Herrera's. And obviously, in journey's tenure so far as a Manchester United player, he has suffered rough patches as Ander Herrera, but since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, his performances have really, really improved. He's been good at breaking up the play and all that as Ander Herrera, and he's been fitting in that midfield trio very, very well, of course, as Ander Herrera. He comes to an end of his contract at the end of the season. As he did update, recent reports reports have come out, saying that PSG have expressed an interest in Herrera, and they're actually seeing Herrera as a replacement for the Adrian Rabiot, of course, as well. But reportedly, it did say PSG were willing to offer him around £150,000 a week plus a 3-year deal as well. But then some reports were saying that he was close to joining PSG, but then some reports came out saying that Herrera is still keen on signing a contract United, and he wants to stay at Manchester United. So basically, in that aspect, he wants to remain loyal to Manchester United because he's getting the best out of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. Obviously, he's just recovered from a hamstring injury as well, of course, as Ander Herrera. So hopefully, somewhere along the line, we can come to an agreement of getting him a new contract as well, because he does deserve it, based on his fantastic performances. And of course, in relation to David De Gea as well, obviously, we want to come to an agreement of getting him a new contract as well at Manchester United. David De Gea, as reports were coming out the other day saying that reportedly Real Madrid are set to revive their interest in David De Gea, because obviously Real Madrid have been long admirers of David De Gea, of course, well, because obviously now Zinedine Zidane's been reappointed in. He's obviously planning for the investment this summer. Zinedine Zidane reportedly is going to get around £300 million to spend this summer from Florentino Perez, and he's identified quite a few tags, and David De Gea, is potentially one of them as well. And reports coming out saying that they may be looking to offload Courtois, who they got from Chelsea last summer, to fund the move for David De Gea, of course, well. But I think somewhere along the line, hopefully we can still come to an agreement of getting David De Gea a new contract at Manchester United. Recent reports did say before that reportedly he's demanding that he wants to be the highest paid player at Manchester United alongside Alexis Sanchez if he is to commit his future and if he is to sign a new deal as well. We still know David De Gea is under contract till 2020, because obviously last year we activated a 12-month extension. He's potentially on his contract, and potentially he is the best goalkeeper in the world. This is what his 7th, 8th season now at Manchester United. Is David De Gea. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. He's made 100 Premier League clean sheets, and he's won everything here domestically as well. Of course, David De Gea as well. But hopefully somewhere along the line, we can come to an agreement of getting him a new contract. But as I did say, guys, yes, so Solskjaer the right man, definitely, for Manchester United without a shadow of a doubt. He knows about the club inside out, and he's done well since he's took over. Made history in the Premier League. One of his most iconic moments now as manager, obviously in the Champions League against PSG as well. Obviously, one of his most iconic moments, when he was a player, was obviously in 1999 as well. And obviously, when we do play Barcelona, when we do, go to the Nou Camp, especially in the second leg, it's going to bring back a lot of memories, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, as well. But Solskjaer was a great player for Manchester United. For 11 years, he was a great player. Scored loads and loads of goals. Won loads and loads of trophies and flourished under Alex Ferguson, for 11 years. Of course, obviously, he hasn't got a great managerial pedigree at the moment in terms of like winning any major honours. He hasn't really, had any long tenures as manager so far, because he had 2 spells with Mould. He had a couple of years in the Manchester United reserve team as manager. Obviously, he had a short tenure with Cardiff as well. But if he is to get the job full time, which is looking very, very likely, obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, obviously, we'll be thinking ahead of the next 5 or 10 years or something like that. And don't forget, Solskjaer is obviously, still he's in the process of rebuilding this Manchester United team, of course, and obviously, buying them into our history, because obviously so far Solskjaer has not spent any money as Manchester United. We haven't spent any money so far since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming, because we didn't invest, back in the January window. And we do know a lot of money's been spent, since Alex Ferguson retired, and since then, we've had different managers, with different philosophies and all that, and probably, the £700-800 million was spent on them players, during the managerial era is probably 90% of them players were Ron, with the Ron mentality, of course, as well. But it's good to see that Solskjaer is getting the best out of the players, which is very, very good. He's obviously making plans, for this summer, what players, to come in, what players he's going to sell. And I think he knows what players he's going to get rid of as well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think he's focusing on attacking additions to the squad as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I'm going to keep apologising, because I do apologise for all these interferences earlier on the video, because obviously it kept going off because my internet kept going down. So I do really, really apologise about that, guys, to be quite honest with you as well. But he's focusing on more attacking additions to the squad, but he's getting the best out of these players, to be quite honest with you. We still know Lukaku is out with an ankle injury, as we all currently know. Hopefully somewhere along the line, it's not too severe, of course, as well, because he's regained his position back in the team as most recent, and him and Rashford have looked very, very good together. And I did say, Lukaku performs really, really well, when he's getting that support up front, to quite honest, because when he's on his own, he's not reliable enough, Lukaku, to quite honest, and he's still got a good pedigree in the Premier League as Romelu Lukaku as well. His pedigree is absolutely fantastic. Romelu Lukaku, we know he's slow and we do have reservations about him, but he's regained his position, back in the team of late as well. Obviously, it'd be good to see Herrera, come back from injury. Lingard's just come back from injury as well. But yeah, it's good to see, you know, that players are starting to come back from injury, of course, as well. But Solskjaer will still get the job as Manchester United manager on a full-time basis, even though the club is still potentially, you know, looking at the possibility of Pochettino. Ed Woodward still may want Pochettino to come in at the end of the season, but reports were saying that Manchester United have cooled their interest now in Pochettino, and we're sorting the contract out, and that, you know, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, to give him a permanent contract at Manchester United. And we do know he'll be cheap, or he'll be cheap anywhere. We'll only have to pay a compensation package of around £8 million, you know, to get him on a full-time basis. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, as well. So on this video today, I wanted just to give you an update on some more transfer rumours that are going on. Wanted to give you an update on Adrian Rabiot, of course, as well. Wanted to give you more of an update on Koulibaly. Napoli, reportedly Manchester United have been informed that Napoli want around £130 million for Koulibaly. So obviously the Napoli board and all that, you know, are recommending that they want a world record fee for Koulibaly if Napoli are willing to do any business for him this summer, of course, as well. I'll give you an update on Harry Maguire, as well as I have been updating you regularly about Harry Maguire. Solskjaer is actually keen on Manchester United, you know, bringing Harry Maguire. Solskjaer's keen on bringing Harry Maguire to Manchester United this summer as well. Now reports do say Leicester want around £90 million for Harry Maguire, reportedly. But a lot of people would say that's a lot of money, you know, for Harry Maguire, you know, to quite honest. So even though his performances for Leicester this season have been very, very impressive indeed. But Man United were linked with Harry Maguire last summer as well. And don't forget, he's got a contract with Leicester till 2023 as well as Harry Maguire. Reports are saying that reportedly Manchester United, we're going to, you know, have to break our transfer record in the process to sign Harry Maguire. So reportedly would have to pay around £90 million. That's Leicester's asking price as well. So yeah, so I obviously want Koulibaly, you know, defensively. He's a great player, as we all know as well. He's Koulibaly. And obviously, you know, Napoli want around 130 million. You know, one report said they want around 150 million. You know, if we ended up paying 150 million for Koulibaly, obviously, you know, this is making the third most expensive footballer in history, of course, as well. And obviously, that would be double the amount, you know, that Liverpool, you know, paid for Virgil van Dijk, which was £75 million. And obviously, you know, he's the most expensive defender in world football at the moment, as it stands, Virgil van Dijk. And he's addressed Liverpool's defensive deficiencies, you know, fantastically well as well. We've got to get a centre-back in the summer, and that's very, very essential indeed. Even though Solskjaer is focusing on attacking additions to the squad, like bringing a right winger in, you know, he's keen on bringing a midfielder in as well. And I think potentially he thinks we need a full-back as well. You know, there's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now with Valencia aging up, he's leaving in the summer. Ashley Young aging up, and by the time his 1 year extension is up, Ashley Young's he'll be nearly 35 years of age, of course, as well. And obviously, you know, Manchester United have got Watford, as we all know, you know, coming up this weekend, as we all know, in the process. So hopefully, you know, we can get back to winning ways, of course, as well. So anyway, guys, sorry about the interferences quite a few times in this video, as I do apologise. You know, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribe, as always, and take care. God bless you all again very, very soon, guys. Thanks.